Greetings, everyone. This is your Lenormand Tarot forecast for the week of June 22nd to June 28th. And I know I missed a whole week. I do apologize, but I am back with the Easy Lenormand Tarot. This is one of my favorites because it was my first Lenormand Tarot deck. Okay, so we're going to start off the readings with the first sign of the zodiac, cardinal sign of Aries. Calling on the ancestors and spirit guides. Aries, all Aries, Aries moon and Aries rising. Watching this video to give guidance and direction for June 22nd to June 28th, 2020. June 22nd to June 28th. This is the name of the Most High, Ashe. Okay, so 5 card spread with 1 significator. All right, so Aries, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Here we have the Child card. So the Child card represents purity, fun, freedom. It can represent a child. Here we have the Fish card for money. The Garden card for a social scene, a group of people. The Sun for success and happiness. The Flowers for abundance of beautiful things, abundance of options. And the overarching card is the Tower card. Okay, so Aries, Sun, Moon, and Rising. It looks like you are trying to make money in a team or social scene, or maybe you're trying to make money in community. So you could be, it seems like you could be looking to have fun or looking to expand, looking to really have some more enjoyment. So there's something here about a social scene, like an event could be coming up and you could be making money because of that. Granted, alternatively, you could be spending money because of this event, this social event coming up. It looks like an investment in community in order to have fun, or an investment in a team and a group of people in order to have fun. It turns out well. Here we have the Sun for success. And time period. So this is something, it's coming up for June 22nd to June 28th. So maybe even discussion about it. It could be going on. Here we have the Flowers card. So the Flowers represents abundance of beautiful things. So I do think that there are either multiple avenues that you are going to be introduced to, or maybe meeting multiple people, or there are many avenues that you're going to take in order to make this event happen or this gathering of people happen. And so then you start learning some things that you like. You could also be exploring things that you really like to do. So one way to look at this is you spending money on some sort of social experience that you would really like to do, something fun, and it's a really happy experience, and maybe you meet a bunch of people, could meet a love interest. That's also a thing with Flowers as well. And with the Tower represents your independence in this. So you, even though you're trying to spend money on a group of people, or making money because of an event, you're still going about this independently. So it's not really a team effort. It's the effort that you're putting in. Okay. So that is for Aries. Now we move into the second sign, number 2, Taurus. Taurus, June 22nd to June 28th, 2020. Hi, Ashe. So 5-card spread. 1 significator. Okay. So Taurus, here we have the lilies for authenticity and sincerity. The ring for a commitment. It could represent relationship. Here we have the ship for movement and travel. The heart for emotions and emotional attachment. The mountain for feeling stuck or stagnant. And the overarching card is the tree. So the tree represents longevity, long-term experience. It could also represent family, the tree. So with Taurus, I feel like you're thinking about traveling or moving this week. So you really want to move or travel and make a commitment to doing that. So I feel like you do make a decision to travel or a decision to move. Whether or not it's moving for you is personal, right? It's individual. But here we have the tree card for longevity, family. So I do feel like you could be moving or taking this trip in order to spend time around family or long-term connections. Alternatively, you could be moving or taking this trip because of family and or long-term connections, right? The last 2 cards are the heart and the mountain. So there's definitely love involved in this trip. I wonder if you're taking a trip with family. So with family, it could be a partner within this that you're taking a trip with, or there's this opportunity to experience connection with a partner where you take a trip to, like maybe getting your emotions sparked. The mountain is here, so there seems to be some difficulty within trying to establish love and attachment or connection on this trip or in this move, whichever one that is for you. And that could be because you feel stuck. There's some circumstance that causes you to be at a standstill. It seems like a issue that's seemingly insurmountable, but really you have to start chipping away at that mountain, right? Especially if this is emotional attachment that makes you happy or actually brings you peace, right? So essentially you want to be at peace, right? So it could be important to address the mountain. The mountain also represents ego, right? So that is for Taurus, sun, moon, and rising. So now we move on to the third sign. The third sign is Gemini. Spirit guides, serve the highest good of Gemini. Spirit guides, serve the highest good of Gemini, sun, moon, and rising to give guidance and direction for June 22nd to June 28th, 2020. Please do this in the name of the Most High, Ashe. Okay. 5-card spread. Okay, Gemini, sun, moon, and rising. Ship card. So ship representing a place of travel, movement, travel. Here we have the ring for commitment. The whip card for disagreements and conflict. The letter for written communication. The flowers for abundance of beautiful things, abundance of options. And the overarching card is the sun. Okay, so ship, ring, and whip. Okay, Gemini, you could be committing to traveling a long distance in order to resolve some sort of disagreement that happens over a document. So that document could be one that is a text message, an email, text message, email. It could be a mailing, right? I'm getting that from the letter. So you could be going on a trip. So it's some sort of long distance journey. So you're going to have to travel a little bit in order to address. I wonder also if you have a contract, and if it's a relationship, you're addressing some sort of commitment issue in the relationship, right? So within the relationship, I think you are more likely to disagree over a text message. So you have to be mindful of written communication. But also, if you are journeying to resolve any conflict over a contract, you're going to be presented with multiple options. So the multiple options is from the flowers card, but also the overarching card is the sun. So the sun represents success. The sun represents fulfillment, and it also represents the time period. So I do feel like this trip to resolve any sort of disagreements between you and whoever is going to turn out well, and you're actually going to see multiple ways of addressing the issue, or you'll have multiple solutions in some way. Okay, so that is for Gemini, sun, moon, and rising. We are gonna move on to Cancer. Calling on the spirit guides of Cancer. Guidance and direction from the spirit guides of Cancers, sun, moon, and rising. Cancer, sun, moon, and rising with guidance and direction for the week of June 22nd to June 28th, 2020. Please do this in the name of the Most High. Ashe. Okay, so I am going to draw a 5-card spread. Okay. So for Cancer, sun, moon, and rising. Here we have the Lilies card for authenticity and sincerity. The Anchor for anchoring yourself, a temporary transition. The Tower for your independence. It can represent isolation. The Stork for a new beginning. The Fox for someone of a fox-like character. So this is someone who is business oriented, strategic, maybe not very emotional. And we have the Book card. So the Book represents learning, research, education, and or training. All right, so I just wanted to draw a little bit more, some more cards for Cancer, just because when animal cards like the fox show up in the spread, the fox is going to represent you because there are no characters, there are no males or females in the first or second line, right? So I'm going to read the line like the fox represents you. With the lilies, the Anchor, and the Tower. Okay. So for Cancers, I feel like you are making some sort of change for yourself that is quite independent of anyone else around you. So something that feels authentic, something that you've wanted for yourself, that you've needed for yourself, and you've been kind of waiting for this to happen. You've been waiting for this this independent way of living your life, or this choice. And now you have like a period where you might be alone. So that's coming up for Cancer. So you're spending more time alone to really like reconnect with yourself. With the Stork and the Fox card, I think you're strategic with how you talk to people, how you talk to your social connections. Because, you know, with the Stork and the Fox, right, to me, I'm hearing strategy, I'm hearing new beginning, I'm hearing that you're acting, or you're responding to people in ways you have not responded to them before. Like before you, I don't know, you might not have been the fox, but I think because you're wanting your own peace, again, when the lilies begins to line, to me it represents peace, like wanting to be at peace with yourself, wanting to be at peace with your life decisions. And I'm sensing there's a waiting period until about October until you get the things that you want, right? And it's going to cause you to be a little bit more strategic with the people around you. Now, the overarching card is the book card. So when that's the overarching card, you know, I'm getting a sense that you might be reading more for self-help. You might be reading more for just like, or like whatever you're learning is helping you navigate your social situations or navigate your various life circumstances while you're becoming at peace with yourself, right? Yeah, so then that's for Cancers. Okay. So moving on to Leo. Leo, number 5, for Sun, Moon, and Rising. Spirits and spirit guides and guardians. Guides in direction for June 22nd to June 28th. For Leo, Sun, Moon, and Rising, guidance and direction. For Leo, Sun, Moon, and Rising, guidance and direction for June 22nd to June 28th, 2020. Okay. All right. Here we have the flowers for abundance of beautiful things and options. The letter for a written form of communication. The whip for disagreement or conflict. The mountain for feeling stuck or stagnant. The ring card for commitments. And your overarching card is the sheath for cutting things out and separation. And it can also represent discipline. All right, Leo, so for June 22nd to June 28th, I feel like you are going to be having a conversation with multiple friends or lovers during this week. I don't know if you have multiple love interests. This could be people from the past. No, okay, yeah. For women in particular, this could be people from the past coming back in. For men, these are future opportunities. So there seems to be like old lovers, friends, or people you were emotionally attached to contacting you by a text message, email, or a written form of communication, and that's particularly for women. And it's not always the best. There's conflicts. No one is wrong. It's just like a conflict that puts you at a standstill. So it seems like you're conflicting, like you just differ in opinion. Like no, there's no right or wrong. You just differ in opinion, and because it's just that you differ, you both are holding on to your differences, or whoever you're disagreeing with, you're holding on to your differences, and it's creating the mountain. So you feel kind of stuck. At the same time, there's some sort of emotional commitments in this. So for some reason you are. And I'm getting like facial expressions because I'm also a Leo. I'm like, oh, child, right? So with that ring card, you are somewhat compelled to have these conversations or maybe resolve disagreement even beyond the mountain, even beyond feeling stuck. Now with the sheath represents cutting things out. So there's a certain level of responsibility or discipline you need to apply within these kind of text messages, emails, because because you are differing in opinion, and you just want to kind of be like maybe disciplined. I'm sensing like some sort of self-discipline with responding to this. Now, if you are a man, this all is a little bit more future oriented. It would mean that you've been thinking of kind of expanding your options, or you have either multiple like friends that you're attached to. This feels more like lovers, like affectionate partnerships that you're attached to, and you're having some sort of disagreement over messages, which causes you to feel stuck. Similarly to the way that it read for women. Women Leo, sun, moon, and rising. Okay, so we are going to move on to the sixth sign. So the sixth sign is Virgo. Virgo. Sun, moon, and rising. Spirit guides and guardians of Virgo. To get guidance and direction for June 22nd to June 28th, 2020. Please do this in the name of the Most High, Ashe. Okay, so Virgo, sun, moon, and rising. Okay, so here we have the Stork card. So the Stork represents a new beginning. Some sort of something that you're emotionally attached to, which is then followed by the heart. So new beginning with love. We have the cross card for personal growth, religion, and spirituality. The birds for peaceful communication. The sun for success and happiness. And the overarching card is the Tower card for your independence. Okay, Virgo, so there could be a new beginning in the realm of relationships. So either if you are in a relationship, there's something new happening in your relationship, a new experience of the relationship. And that's the same thing for, actually, if you're single, right, there could be a new offer of partnership on the cards, right? Now, for some reason, this new beginning, either a new love or a fresh new outlook on a current relationship, it's bringing in some sort of personal reflection. You're reflecting on something. There's something that you want. Okay, so I'm thinking of Virgos and purity, and that comes up with the cross card. So you want something, you feel like you need to have it, like it's a right or a wrong, and you're also holding yourself to the cross as well. So there feels like there's some sort of sacrifice and like personal growth that's coming in with the start of new love, right? Or a fresh outlook on love. I think that leads to like really good communications about where you are. Check-ins, good check-ins. So I feel like Virgos are going to be communicating a lot with their lovers or partners this week. And here with the sun, the sun represents peaceful, like happy communication. So things seem to go over well. So if you are a Virgo, and you're in a relationship, it seems like whatever change is happening in the relationship, you are going to be having great communication about it this week. And if you're not in a relationship, there's somebody around you who could be someone that you would emotionally attach to, but there's a need on both ends. So single or in a relationship, there's a need to discuss some things that maybe are moral to you or valuable to you, like there's something that you're going through that needs to be discussed. And here the Tower card represents your independence. So there's a level of like you being the only one needed to make the decision, or like you need to make a decision to communicate, right? A lot of this is on you. There's some personal responsibility in order to get the things that you want. You're gonna have to make that effort to get the things that you want, and that's going to come through communication. Okay, so that is for Virgo, sun, moon, and rising. Take a little tea break. And moving on to the 7th sign. 7 is Libra. Libra, sun, moon, and rising. Calling on the spirit guides and guardians of Libra, sun, moon, and rising to give guidance and direction for June 22nd to June 28th, 2020. Libra, sun, moon, and rising. Okay, 5-card spread. Okay, so here we have the moon card. So the moon represents uncertainty, going into the unknown, intuition. We have the woman card for women, Libras, but then also if you are a male, this is a woman of significance. Here we have the child card for fun, purity, and freedom. The garden card for a social scene, a group of people. The heart card for love and emotional experience. And the overarching card is the stork, for new beginnings. Okay, so for Libras, okay, I'm going to read this twofold. So we'll start out with women because the woman card is the second card in the line. So for female Libras, so with the moon, the woman, and the child, there seems to be uncertainty in your life regarding children, your child. This definitely has to do with children connected to you. If you don't have children, you're thinking about having children. If you do have children, there's something, like there's some sort of uncertain dynamic with your children right now. And the uncertain dynamic is also being influenced by community. It seems like you're going to get some support from community, or your relationship with your child is supported when you are in community. There you might find love, like either you might feel more connected to your child, you might feel more connected to people around you, or feel more love for your community. If you don't have a child, to me it says you would be thinking about a child, especially when the stork is the overarching and the child is right next to the woman. Yeah, I'm just sensing that you could be going out to places that really spark your inner child, and from these places you would build community, and there's possible love connection there. Like either you grow fond of children in the community, or you grow fond of people at the event, and that's after a period of uncertainty. Now for male Libras, right? So for male, in the past, actually, for male Libras, it's saying that you're going through a period of uncertainty, or like you don't know where you're headed and your connection to this woman who has a child. Now, it doesn't have to be romantic. It could be, but it doesn't have to be. And it's just saying that you're uncertain in your relationship with this woman. Hold on, let me see. I just want to see if I can figure out where the guys are in the spread. Just so I can see, is she in the future? Why are you so far? I have to keep going. Okay. Yeah, no, so this is a woman that you know about. She's from your past. And it does say that there's a bit of uncertainty in your connection with her, and that you are going to meet up with them in a public event, social scene. You're going to be hanging out with this woman and her child, and you're going to enjoy it. It's going to lead to a new beginning in your connection to that woman and her child and community as well. Okay, so that is Libra, Sun, Moon, and Rising being very loving during the week of June 22nd to June 28th. Okay, so then now we are moving on to the 8th sign, which is Scorpio. Okay, Scorpio, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Scorpio, Sun, Moon, and Rising, calling on the spirit guides and guardians of Scorpio, Sun, Moon, and Rising to give guidance and direction for June 22nd to June 28th, 2020. Please do this in the name of the Most High, Ashe. Okay. All right, Scorpio. Here we have a man of significance. So if you are a man, this would represent you. If you are a woman, this would represent a man of significance to you. Here we have the whip for conflict and disagreement. We have the letter for written communication. The sheath for cutting things out and separations. The birds card for peaceful communication. And the overarching card is the snake. Okay. So, the snake represents tension, secrets, hidden information. Oh my gosh, tension, secrets, and hidden information for Scorpio. Something's coming to light, Scorpio. Something is coming to light. You could have all of these suppressed thoughts. I feel like the sheath is, not the sheath, but the snake is connected to some hidden thoughts that you have, or hidden, there's something hidden that you have in store. Like Scorpios are always waiting in the wings with something, right? There's always something in the dark that they're waiting to bring into the light, and this is one of those times. Yeah, so in the week for women, you can be having some disagreement over a text message with a man, and there are going to be secrets exposed, or you're going to have to be mindful about containing some secret thoughts you have or secret actions that you might have. Now here at the end of the line, we've got the sheath and the birds card. So I kind of feel like a Scorpio, if you're a Scorpio woman, you're not really trying to engage in these text messages. You either try to stop that, you become more disciplined in your response because, you know, the snake is looming. You've got this tension, secret thoughts that you could be having. Now with the birds card, the birds represents peace. I do think you should wait until meetings happen, especially if you are a woman. Wait until in-person meetings happen, because communication over text message, email, things like that, that's just not gonna be a good move. Yeah, it's just, there's risk of the snake coming out, but then also here I am seeing you trying to limit communication. Now, if you are a man, you too could be having disagreements over text messages, and you need to be mindful as well. Like it's still about disagreements. If you're a woman, you're disagreeing with this man, and if you're a man, you're disagreeing with people over text messages, and it's better to talk in person, as direct as possible with the birds, because the birds is peace, resolution, right? All right, so that is Scorpio, Sun, Moon, and Rising. We're going to move on to sign number 9, Sagittarius. Sagittarius. Sun, Moon, and Rising, Sagittarius. Spirit guides to give guidance and direction for Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising to give guidance and direction for the week of June 22nd to June 28th, 2020. Overarching. All right, Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Here we have the anchor. The anchor represents transition, temporary period of time. We have the stars for hope, ambition, and planning. The home for a place of stability and security. The key for a new beginning, physical new beginning. The cross for personal growth, religion, and spirituality. Overarching theme is the mice for irritations and annoyances. Okay, so for Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Okay, so this is saying that there's a temporary period of adjustment you've been going through in your home. There are things that you've been hoping for with your home. I wonder if you've been hoping for a new home, because here we've got the stars for hope, the home for a place of stability, which could be your home, and the key for a new beginning, but it's also a physical new beginning, right? So if you've been hoping for a new home and you've been in a waiting period hoping for a new home, I feel like you are going to be coming to some revelations or some resolutions about that this week, and it's going to impact you by September. So some resolution that you're making about home, right? The kind of home that you want, the kind of home that you're envisioning, which came into mind during a recent period of transition. Like you've been going through a transitory time, and in this time you've been thinking about something going on with the home. New home, better home. I'm seeing a key. This feels like a new home, but you're making this revelation through some sort of personal growth, some sort of revelation is coming to you. And that could be because of spiritual reasons, religious reasons, things you've been praying for to see happen. With the mice card for those irritations and annoyances, you're going to have to do some compromising. There's something that you are doing right now that doesn't work for the vision. And it's not a major issue, but it is an issue nonetheless. And there could be several things like tedious tasks that you would need to address, some sort of tediousness. Yeah, and so that is going to actually, that's actually going to be a part of your growth process. Something is manifesting or coming into full bloom in September. So, and that's beginning with some sort of resolution you make this week. So that is the reading for Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Picking up my cards. Okay. So now we move on to sign number 10. 10 is Capricorn. Okay, so this is a reading for Capricorn. Sun, Moon, and Rising. So I'm calling on the spirit guides and guardians of Capricorn, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Capricorn, Sun, Moon, and Rising, to give guidance and direction for Capricorn, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Guidance and direction for Capricorn, Sun, Moon, and Rising for the week of June 22nd to June 28th, 2020. Please do this in the name of the Most High. Ashe. Okay, Capricorn, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Interesting. So here we have the Coffin card for endings and transitions. The key for a new beginning, a physical new beginning. The Home card for a place of stability or security. Could be your home. Here we have the Stars for hope, ambition. The garden for a group of people, a support. It could represent an event. And the overarching card is the letter card for a letter of significance. Okay. To me, it looks like Capricorns are either they're changing something that has been very stable for them. So they're either changing their home, they're changing their job, they're changing, like there's some place that you were in that was very stable to you and you've ended that. Like it's saying there was an ending, you now have a new beginning in a new place, right? So a new home, new job, new location, maybe at the job, new location. So definitely bringing an end to one location and starting a new location. So it feels very locational. And there's something that you're hoping for with the garden. So you're hoping that you connect to the people around you. You're hoping that you can maintain your connections. You're hoping for a change with your connections, with your sense of support, friendship, with the community around you. There's some letter coming in that is completing everything. So there's a letter of significance coming in that is, it's finalizing things or starting things. It feels like a contract of some sort. But whatever it is, if it's not a contract, it's some sort of go ahead that things can continue. Okay, so that is for Capricorn, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Now we move on to sign number 11, which is Aquarius. Okay, Aquarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Aquarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Guardians, spirit guides of Aquarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising to give guidance and direction for June 22nd to June 28th, 2020 for Aquarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Guidance and direction for Aquarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising. 5-card spread. Okay. So Aquarius, here, sorry, I just have one thing in my eye. Here we have the Tower for your independence, maybe some isolation. The clouds for uncertainty, going into the unknown, maybe some worry. Here we have the flowers for abundance of beautiful things, abundance of options. The Child card for fun, freedom, purity. It could represent a child. The Moon for uncertainty, going into the unknown and relying on your intuition. And here we have the Tree for the overarching theme that represents family, long-term connections, long-term friendships, right? Okay, Aquarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising. There's a certain level of uncertainty you're going through about your level of independence in your life. That's what I'm feeling for this week. Like you're worried about your level of independence, either worried about your isolation, worried about decisions that you have to make on your own, because you're being presented with multiple opportunities or multiple offers, and you can take up any of these opportunities or offers, and they would be fun, they would be freeing, but it does leave a bit of kind of like an uncertain path. Like, I wonder if you would even have to change plans, because here we've got the Tree. So the Tree, it does represent family, it does represent long-term connections, but it also represents longevity of your progress, like planting your roots. So there could be something that you're doing right now that's fun and freeing, and you have options available to you, and you're planting your roots for the future, but for some reason you're worried about the decision. Maybe you're not confident in the decision, or there's something about the decision. It's gonna maybe completely change how you viewed the future. Like you could have never imagined some of these opportunities happening. Maybe you didn't realize that you could have that much fun. There's something about fun and freedom here. It doesn't really represent a child, because I was picking up maybe a child. But if it does represent a child, it could be how the independent decisions that you're making moving forward impacts your child or your children, because you're going to be given so many opportunities. Yeah, it's a bit of an uncertain time for you. Like, you've never really been in this position before, and whatever decisions you're making is impacting your long term. But I guess you never really had this much freedom or fun within options, like, or having options available to you. So it's something that you'll be thinking about for sure. Okay. So that was Aquarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising. And last but not least, sign number 12. 12 for Pisces. Pisces, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Guidance and direction for Pisces, Sun, Moon, and Rising for the week of June 22nd to June 28th, 2020. Calling on the spirit guides and guardians of Pisces, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Guidance and direction. Please listen. Okay. 5-card spread. One overarching theme. All right, Pisces, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Okay, here we have the Clover for spontaneity, good fortune. The Stork for a new beginning. This is something fresh, a fresh experience. We have the Rider for things moving quickly, resolution of issues. The Mice for irritations and annoyances. The Anchor for anchoring yourself, a period of transition. And the overarching theme is the Ship. Okay, that's movement and travel. So for Pisces, Sun, Moon, and Rising, I'm getting a sense. I don't know if you had things planned, but I feel like this week you should prepare for spontaneous things to happen in your life. Spontaneous things that seem to stem from nowhere. Wait, hold on, let me be clear. Yes, something has happened recently that has put you in a spontaneous direction that then opens up a new beginning in your life. And everything moves real quick this week, right? Like, opportunity came up, you took it, leads to a new beginning. Your life shifts over a period of 1 month. Things happen quick. There's going to be some adjustments that you're going to have to make. Some minor challenges that come up along the way. It's more about the tediousness with the Mice, the tediousness of the compromises or the challenges that you have to face versus it being something insurmountable. But I think it's not something insurmountable. I think there are some things that you didn't expect, some compromises you'll have to make, but those compromises are temporary. You're only making temporary compromises because you'll be moving on very quickly. So Pisces, you're either thinking about traveling, you're thinking about moving away from issues, or maybe you're taking a spontaneous trip. It could be a long distance trip. You're taking one spontaneously. You can be thinking about traveling without plans. It doesn't have to be a long distance travel, but you could be traveling in ways. It's not like you can plan it out. Like, you'll have to do it. And this is as you're preparing to transition. Like, you're moving past obstacles rather quickly and you're transitioning into another cycle, but it's going to involve you traveling and it's going to involve you responding to spontaneous events or circumstances. So you'll have to be on your toes this week. Okay, so that is for Pisces, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Thank you for tuning in for this Lenormand Tarot forecast. Please stay tuned next week and I will upload the next Lenormand Tarot forecast on Monday. Bye.